welcome back to my channel. Hi if you're new, and welcome to a significant book haul. I feel that I haven't done one of these in ages, and I probably have. It's probably not as long ago as I think it is, but it feels like ages. But my good friend Ali and her lovely partner stayed with us this weekend. Saturday we went to Devizes and my local town, and we hit so many charity shops. So many. And then on Sunday we went into Salisbury, we hit another couple of charity shops, and we hit the Works in both places, we hit Waterstones. We went a little full on with the old book shopping here. So I'm going to jump in, I'm going to show you the books I got in the Works quickly, and I'm going to show you the ones that I picked out myself in the charity shop, and then I'm going to show you the pile that Ali thrust upon my person and said, buy these. So let's do it. In the Works, I picked up a box set. Now, I technically have read the first two books in this series, but you know where books aren't necessarily the most well written, in-depth, emotional books you've read, but sometimes you need that light and fluffy escapism. So I got the first 5 books in the selection series. I think there's only like an offshoot stories one as well to go alongside this, but it was reduced to $7.50. And I was tempted to get it before when it was $15. I was like, so no, because you've read 2 out of the 5. However, $7.50, yeah, I'm having it. And it's just for a little bit of escapism. So basically, it's like a royal version of The Bachelor. It says 35 beautiful girls, 35 beautiful rivals, and only one will claim Prince Maxon's heart. And it's sort of they get eliminated, basically, through various days of spending time with the prince and things. Yeah, why not? It's a good time. It's an easy, fluffy time. And sometimes I just need that. Then I have a couple of sports romances, which aren't necessarily a type of book that I would normally go for. But basically, first of all, I got Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey because I have loved the Tessa Bailey books I've read recently. So I thought, do you know what? We're going to go for it. It's about golf. Now, of all the sports, golf is not the one I would think that needs a romance written about it. So I'm very intrigued, actually. Very, very intrigued, really keen to get into this. And then the other one seems to be American football based on a cover. That could just be like a little thing to throw me off it. This is Say You Swear. And it doesn't give you much of a clue on the back, but it's the bottom paragraph. It says, now there's a new man in my life, one who isn't afraid to go after what he wants, and what he wants is me. And do you know what? I just need an intense romance at the moment, so that might be the one. Then we actually do have one from the Works that Ali thrust upon my person and said, buy me. And this is Honey and Spice. Now, it looks like it's based around Kiki doing an internship, and there's a fake dating situation. And yeah, close proximity to the notorious heartbreaker brings everything Kiki thought she knew about her own heart into question. Why is throwing out her stringent romantic rulebook suddenly so tempting? And will she find it in her to resist? I very much doubt she will, but I'm here for it. It looks really good. Then, now let's go to some charity shop books, shall we? I found the whole series of Shadow and Bone. They were 50p each. I mean, seriously, and they're all the same edition, which is what I was really, really hopeful for. And they're in very, very good condition. So I have been wanting to find these for quite some time, but I've only ever found sort of the odd one here and there in different charity shops. And when I saw them all together, I was like, yeah, we're having them. We're having them. It has to be done. I don't know a lot about them. I know there's TV show about them. I know that it is very, very well loved as a series. Monsters, royalty, magic, military. I mean, it just looks like it's going to be a good fantasy time. So, and I think, am I right in thinking I need to read these before I read like The Rule of Wolves, Gilded Wolves, something like that, those books? I'm not sure, but I'm fairly sure these come first. Do let me know, please. No spoilers. No spoilers. Then, £2. T. Kingfisher's What Moves the Dead. And this is an author that is obviously very, very well loved and talked about all the time on BookTube. And I just didn't expect to see it in the charity shop because we went into Waterstones later and this was like full price. But it says, a gripping and atmospheric retelling of Edgar Allan Poe's classic, The Fall of the House of Usher. Possessed wildlife, sleepwalking, gothic delight, it says. Everything a classic horror novel should be. A deeply unsettling examination of what sometimes goes on behind polite smiles and courteous speech. I think I'm going to enjoy this, and it's only a short one, but I think it's going to be good. And then same charity shop, for £1.50, I found Artemis by Andy Weir. I don't read a lot of sci-fi. This is the same author that wrote The Martian, and I really quite enjoyed The Martian. So I thought we'd give this one a go. Based on Artemis, the first city on the moon, population 2,000, mostly tourists, some criminals. Yeah, could be interesting. We shall give it a go. I found The Deadly Education by Naomi Novik for £2. I have wanted to read this series for so long. I've got it out of the library and then had to return it before obviously I had a chance to read it. And I just think this is going to be right up my alley. I really do. It's a magic school. Once you're inside, there's only two ways out. You graduate or you die. There's like ally building, monsters that prowl the school, might accidentally kill other students. It just sounds so good. So I'm very excited to finally have found this. Then I found The Princess Bride. Now, I know this is a bit old school, but I'm that one person that has never seen the film. And when I saw this, I was like, that's quite a cool cover. But it just intrigued me. What did it say? Starts a fairy tale like no other, of fencing, fighting, torture, poison, true love, hate, revenge, giants, hunters, bad men, good men, beautifulest ladies, snakes, spiders, beasts, chases, escapes, lies, truths, passion, and miracles. That just sounds brilliant. It sounds so good. So yes, I was having that. And then for 25p, I found Slaughterhouse 5. I don't know what this is about, but a classic for 25p. Yeah, all right. Prisoner of War, Optometrist, Time Traveller. These are the life roles of Billy Pilgrim. Face of the Apocalypse, anti-war book. Reflects the journey of our own fractured lives as we search for meaning in what we're afraid to know. That does sound quite interesting, actually. So yes, I was happy with that. And then this one, cover by 10p, ridiculous, right? Ink. The Truth Will Get Under Your Skin. I mean, that is just one of the most stunning covers I've ever seen. Do we know what it's about? Could be anything. Children's book. Imagine a world where your every action, your every deed is marked on your skin for all to see. Ink is a story about love, loyalty, and the desire to live forever. It's a tale that gets under your skin. That sounds really good, and I'm definitely here for it. Then a couple of books that I've heard of. I got Me, Earl, and the Dying Girl. And I got The Miseducation of Cameron Post. Now, I know I've seen the film of this. I absolutely loved it. So I thought I'd read the book. Where this girl, she's sent to some sort of gay conversion therapies. And it's actually quite an emotional but really good film. And this one, they have to make friends with a girl who has cancer. It says it's funny. So I'm intrigued, but anyway, why not? Oh, and then I found this one. This is really weird. This is Perfectly Correct by Philippa Gregory, right? It's 10p in my local charity shop. I have got her historical fiction, but I didn't know she wrote like normal literary fiction. But why not? It's about a doctor and some chaos that an old lady causes, it seems. So we'll see. I'm intrigued. Now I have the books that were thrust upon my person by my dear friend Ali. Now we have one of these that's from Waterstones, so I have got one new book here. This is I Feed Her to the Beast and the Beast is Me. Ali has been reading this, or has just finished this from a book club that she's been part of, and she was absolutely raving about this. To the point I'm like, I have to read it. And there's something in the catacombs beneath Paris, a blood river, and there's a deadly pact. Soon she's faced with the ultimate choice: break herself for a world that would never love her back, or succumb to the darkness that wants her as she is, monstrous heart and all. There will be blood. In the cutthroat world of ballet, I think this is going to be really awesome, actually. It does sound really dark, but really good. Soon I'd be a name no one would forget, a raging fire they couldn't escape. It sounds good. It does sound good. Right, then we have a pile of books that were thrust upon my person that I don't know anything about. We have Acting Up, which looks to be a romance set in like the theatre world, perhaps. Yes, I think that's pretty fair to say. I've no idea, never heard of it. We will see. Here we've got Two Wrongs Make a Right, and this has fake dating, one of my favourite tropes. And this is a reimagining of Shakespeare's beloved comedy, Much Ado About Nothing. We have got My Brilliant Friend by Eleanor Ferrante. Story of two friends born in a poor but vibrant neighbourhood in Naples. An unforgettable portrait of two young women seeking to carve out a destiny for themselves, and the story of a city and a country undergoing monumentous change. Sounds good. We have an Agatha Christie book here, The Mystery of the Blue Train, which, to be honest, sounds almost like Murder on the Orient Express that I read, where they basically try to rouse someone from sleep and she's dead. And then the main suspect is the husband. Poirot is not convinced, and he stages an eerie reenactment of the journey, complete with the murderer on board. Now, I did actually really enjoy Murder on the Orient Express, so I think I'm going to like this. It does sound good. It does. We have a Christmas book. So this is about a gingerbread grotto, and the founder of like the gingerbread style event has lost her Christmas spirit, and it seems her friends are going to try and get it back for her. The joys, everyone, of having a fireplace background on your TV at home. Anyway, we've got a few more books now. We have Stop the Train, which I've never heard of before. Based in Oklahoma, 1893. Greedy railroad company. How can the little town of Florence hope to survive without the railway? Sissy and her neighbours vow to make the train stop, do whatever it takes, to risk whatever they must, no matter what the consequences come hurtling round a bend. I'm intrigued. Then we have The Road to Rose Bend. So Sydney left the town of Rose Bend 8 years ago, grieving her sister's death, heartbroken over her parents' rejection. Now she's back, newly divorced and pregnant, ready to face her fears and make a home for the child in a community she once knew. And there's going to be a romance as well. Okay, that sounds alright. That sounds fine. Nice little country romance. And the last book in this haul is Behind the Scenes at the Museum by Kate Atkinson. And what have we got here? What have we got here? Ruby was conceived grudgingly by Bunty and born while her father George was in the Dog and Hare in Doncaster, telling a woman in an emerald dress and a teacup that he wasn't married. Bunty had never wanted to marry George, but here she was, stuck in a flat above the pet shop in an ancient street beneath York Minster, with sensible and sardonic Patricia, aged 5, greedy cross-patched Gillian, who refused to be ignored, and Ruby. Ruby tells the story of the family from the day at the end of the 19th century, when a travelling French photographer catches frail, beautiful Alice and her children like flowers in amber, to the startlingly witty and memorable events of Ruby's own life. She sounds quite interesting. So, that is my haul. 29 books, I think that is. Let me know if you've read any of those. If so, what you thought. Please, no spoilers. Let me know anything that I should start with and you want me to do a video of. And if you like this video, do give me a like. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'm going to love you and leave you now. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.